Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we are back here for another year, our second year. Boy, is it glad to even have the opportunity to do our second, John. I'm Tony Lane. As I said, this is John Foster, and we are wvsportsnet.com. We're coming back with our second, like I said, the second year of season previews. And just like last year, we're going to get things started up here at the Panther Pavilion, where it's all about friends and family up here at the Friendly Pavilion, just to the Panthers and not for anybody else who dares come make that dangerous windy trek down Route 3 here to Hamlin, West Virginia. Rodney Plumlee is nice enough, their coach, to invite us down. We feel like I'm almost friends with the program at this point with these guys. They've always rolled out the red carpet for us and treated us real well, and we're glad to get things started off this year right here at one of our homes at the Pavilion here at Lincoln County High School. Very nice and big Lincoln County High School. Definitely has the feel of a AAA school for sure.
Absolutely, and it is the friendly confines for us of Panther Pavilion. We grew fond, Tony, you and I, last year of this place as we came down and we got a good head coach in Rodney Plumlee, and we saw a dedicated senior group really strive in November to make a run towards that ever elusive first winning season here at Lincoln County. To try to get that, that group, really, we grew fond of this place, and we're back for season 2, and really, really excited. And I think we're going to bring you a good product out of the Pavilion this year.
Actually, our first magic of the year at WVSN was when the Panthers pulled off the upset and beat Chase Fisher of the Ripley Vikings, and that kind of got me the fever and kind of what made me come back to this place ever since that game. They could have lost every game the rest of the year, but just that excitement for that one game alone, because no one even gave them a shot in the dark.
That was Chase Almighty at the time. He was averaging 54, 55 points a game.
Yeah, it was unheard of, and now he was ACC Freshman of the Week,
Wow.
And they're one of their senior guards, Hunter Lambert, who's a walk-on red shirt, I think, up at WVU Tech this year. Walked him down, held him to 18 points, if I'm not mistaken. It was very unbelievable. And that's why we have a lot of fun doing these things, and that's why we came back here to Lincoln County.
You never know what can happen, Tony. Am I right?
No.
You speak of that, and the first thing that comes to my head is Willing Park Logan. We go down to the last second.
The Preston buzzer beater, then Scott, and their amazing state tournament run. We got them, Logan and Scott, coming up later this week here for you. But again, we're here at Lincoln County. They lost Cody Blankenship. Again, Hunter Lambert, Cody Williamson. He was honorable mention All-MSAC last year. Williamson was. Blankenship, who's now playing college ball, but I believe at Wabash College. Best of luck to him as well. He would have been MSAC honors if he would not have got that mono or mono-like symptoms. He missed half the year with injury and sickness, as well as the case for Plumlee altogether.
And I think that really that was a big toll on that Panther team, Tony, because that was right at the beginning of the season, when they were starting to mesh and starting to do well. He gets sick, you take a senior captain out of the lineup anytime, any team, that's going to hurt.
Right. But one good thing, and I'm sure Plumlee, when we get to talk to him here in a little while, a lot of they're in that 6-2 stretch going down the run there when they finished out the last 8 games going 6-2. A lot of his inexperienced players he had to force in there, and now he's got a lot of them guys back. So he's got winners, and I heard there's a lot more chemistry up here. We got the seniors coming up here too, so very excited for all that, getting to talk with all them. And, again, just really excited for this basketball season. Lincoln County also, their last year in the MSAC. They got some very, very they got a big checklist and a big bucket list they need to check off this year in their final year in the MSAC, and I expect them to be hungry and definitely make a run for it. I don't know. What do you think this year about them?
I think there's a couple players on this Panther squad that sticks out to me, and it's Jordan Aldridge. We've seen him at the end of last year. It's Aldridge, right? Yeah, I get him confused sometimes. But he brings an intensity to the court that you'll hear later head coach Rodney Plumlee talk about a little bit. But his intensity, along with the Tyler Coburn kids coming back and their wingman Alex Elkins, that's the 3 that I remember off the top of my head. And hopefully Coach Plumlee can build around that core, and infuse. He'll be talking about young players. And last year was real senior laden. Maybe now we're starting to see the fruits of his crop come forward, and he's coming through his program. And you talk to anybody that's went through these consolidation processes, Tony, and so many little schools, it takes a long time for them kids to gel together, coming throrough middle school and everything. So hopefully we'll start to see
you have to establish a whole different buddy league system throughout the whole county, not just they went from having just, Guyan Valley, just that area in Duval, just that little area in their little buddy league system. Now they got to make it a statewide, a county-wide effort and everything. And it's only been, 7 years since Lincoln County's been in a school now. So they're still a very young school, and they're desperate to try to start making some tradition. Right. And this year, hopefully they're going to do that with basketball, with softball last year, their first ever AAA state championship. Right. So, maybe that got the winning fever going out through the hallways here at Lincoln County.
There's one thing about small towns. I grew up in Madison, and I remember we made a playoff run one time in football. Now, if Coach Plumlee can get that going early in December, his team jumps out 6-7-2, something like that. He gets a little bit of energy in school. He's liable to see an absolute explosion and get behind his program, and maybe that's what is really needed to kind of get these kids over the top.
Absolutely, and I know they're desperately looking for I think it's their first winning season too here, and that's. And one thing you learn is once you become a winning season, then, once you're above that, anything above that, it's real easy to expand your goal from there. You're like, okay, now we're above 500, now we need to go here. Right. That's that first one to get to start working your way up to the pillar of success there to get to the tip top. And, winning season in a tough MSAC conference, I'll get you a good seed in the sectional tournament down the stretch. So leave you hopefully in good position, as they're in a tough sectional with schools like Logan and Huntington.
Absolutely.
In that sectional.
We're going through the rigors every night, day in, day out. You look at these banners on the wall, there ain't nothing prepares you better for tournament time, really, than the MSAC period.
They're playing the state tournament year-round at the MSAC.
Absolutely. So, but I think it could be a big year here at the Pavilion, Tony. As we're here and nobody's in here, I can picture us in here, in January. He's got some big home tilts we'll be here for. And looking forward to coming back down.
This will be the last time we'll be able to hear our echoes in this pavilion, definitely during game time. But we're going to be right back with the players and, of course, Coach Plumlee. Wouldn't be a Lincoln County stop without getting him on here. So we'll be right back here with the rest of them here on wvsportsnet.com.
Your sports voice of the Valley.